America and beyond. Welcome back to AMTV News. I'm your anchor, Topher Morrison. It's Monday, November 12, 2012. Petraeus' resignation exposes CIA rat lines. Mere days away from testifying on the murder of U.S. Ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens, the first ambassador killed in the line of duty since Adolf Dubs was similarly kidnapped by terrorists in Kabul, Afghanistan in 1979. General David Petraeus, barely a year after ascending to CIA director from commander of U.S. Central Command, suspiciously resigns. For 30 years, Western efforts in coordination with Israel and the Sunni power base of Gulf states, in their decades-long design to rout Shia dominance, propelled by what can only be described as Persian psychosis, is exposed once again. Libya, the North African base of Al-Qaeda worldwide, made possible by Gaddafi's overthrow by Obama and company, is directly responsible for aiding Syria's Islamists now thoroughly infused into the ranks of the once ostensibly sensible opposition to Bashar al-Assad's power. Was Petraeus merely the latest casualty in the attempt to cover up this dark, deep state saga? Or was it merely an extramarital affair which took down this lauded American patriot? Mexico president and the devil's cartel. Mexican President-elect Enrique Peña Nieto has imported General Oscar Naranjo, who rose to power within the Colombian National Police, but who has also been implicated in managing rather than fighting Colombia's infamous North Valley cartel. This peculiar blend of CNP officers, the North Valley cartel, and U.S. federal agents amounts to the perfect narco-trafficking organization, or the devil's cartel.
What's this with the Colombians, mate? Eh?
What doesn't matter?
What doesn't... He says Colombians and you make these eyes like, what?
I don't like fucking Colombians, okay?
Well, all of Mexico may soon feel the same way, as Naranjo will shape Mexico's police state as it builds a new 40,000-strong central paramilitary force comprised of ex-soldiers to manage, tame the drug war in Mexico, which has since 2006 claimed in abject violence some 60,000 souls. Naranjo has admitted to the Associated Press he has made some, quote, dark alliances along the way, but of course only to further Colombian national security. Right. When Tibet ruled China. On this day in the year 764, Tibetan troops occupied for 15 days Chang'an, which is today the city of Xi'an, then the capital of the Chinese Tang dynasty. Not now known for their military prowess, the Tibetan Empire under Trisong Detsan was no slouch when it came to war, as it was then characterized by the reassertion of Tibetan hegemony in Central Asia and the introduction of Tibetan Buddhism. It is important to note that throughout history, the life cycle of empires, small and large, seldom offer any new surprises. Cleanliness is nowhere near godliness. It is amazing we ever got this far, isn't it? Without our local health code officials, the Food and Drug Administration, its ancillary organizations, and all our lofty ideals of hygiene. How did we ever manage before we lathered on Purell at every sign of germs? After studying thousands of patients, it looks as though we are sanitizing ourselves into record-high allergic reactions in our effort to combat disease. By not allowing ourselves and our children to become naturally acclimated to the good, the bad, and the ugly of our environment, we have desensitized our immune system to the real world. Closer to the cloaking device. In 2006, Duke University created the first functional cloaking device. There apparently were some flaws, or perhaps there is merely an evolution in the design of how to become perfectly invisible. Like moving from Morse code to telephone and beyond, it's all advanced communication, but how much, how quickly, and easily is the question. In what is now called the field of transformational optics, the science is how to guide electromagnetic waves around an object to the other side, thereby cloaking it, and by reducing the amount of reflection between interfacing parts through advanced design and materials, engineers make a better cloak. Argentine unrest and Goldman Sachs. The recent protests by over 500,000 against Cristina Kirchner, president of Argentina, after the country has suffered from some of the lowest growth rates in South America, black markets, and upwards of 25% inflation have legitimate roots, but the foreign-owned Argentine media group Clarín, courting and covering the movement, has Goldman Sachs as its major investor. Considering Goldman Sachs is hardly a neutral or benign party in domestic U.S. politics, let alone international affairs, stands in sharp contrast to Claren's claims they harbor no political affiliations. While Kirchner is responsible for her government's intervention and its ramifications, it's important to highlight the facts behind the opposition. Capturing every corner of the alternative media, watch AMTV News Monday through Friday. For more videos like these, visit amtvmedia.com, home of the AMTV network, the voice of independence.